Hello, everyone. I don't know if this is too high. Hello, everybody. Sarah Richardson here, cheerleader for the divine, giving out that love juice. I love you guys. You fire me up, man. All the questions, all the responses of my questions. I love you guys. I'm trying to set this up like up here so I can have this down here. We'll see how this works out. I fucking love you guys. Woo! I love you guys. I do a lot of different stuff, man. I cut hair. I talk shit. I feng shui people's houses and workspaces. I move energy. I melt muscles. What do you do? Hello, beautiful. Hey, I love you. I love you. I love you. I ask questions. I love questions. You guys see I love questions, right? I had a blast with my questions. Thank you to everybody who answered my questions. I just cried my head off before I came on here. I was listening to music, a song came in, and it just made me cry my head off. So I was like vibing up, did this whole video, got ready, and this song came on and just brought tears to my eyes. So it's okay, guys, right now, if you're going through something and it's like bringing tears to your eyes, because that's happening, right? Things are coming up and it's bringing tears to your eyes. Hello, everyone. I know. You know, today I went to my chiropractor, I went to my healer, and I laid on the table, and he started working on me, and I felt how stuck I was. And I said to him, Doc, isn't it funny how we can get stuck in our own selves? We get stuck in our own selves. So everybody out here who's feeling stuck, you're stuck in your own self. It's deep. It's deep, deep, deep. You know, you're clearing out, and then these emotions come up and they grab at you. And your body pattern changes, your breathing pattern changes, the way you sleep changes, the way you react or don't react changes, right? But you just have to ask questions about the things you don't know about, you know? Talk about your feelings with your friends. Start to live your heart more from your heart. And that's what I promote. I promote self-love because I promote living your life by your heart. And your heart doesn't necessarily always line up with what everybody else has going on. And that's okay. Living by your heart's desires doesn't mean that you have to line up with what everyone's saying and what everyone's doing. There's a lot of shit going on out here. And I love my best friend because we ask each other questions, right? And so those 65 questions, that's like how me and my best friend talk to one another, right? So thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad that I could create a best friend like this. Like, I have so many friends that I love and adore and cherish our relationships. I love you all, but this is a special one. She taught me how to have a peace in being a single mom in the middle of the chaos and all these things that are going on, right? She's a direct reflection of where I was trying to get. Like, she had certain strengths that I didn't have, and I wanted to learn those things. And boom, the universe popped her right into my life at the perfect time. I asked if you guys believe in soulmates, and soulmates does not mean your lover. It does not mean that soulmate does not have to be your lover. Your soulmate can be your dog. Your soulmate can be the tree outside of your house that you grew up in. So soulmates goes really deep. Soulmates push you to be your very best self. You know, we're out here to be our very best selves. Yes, but others can totally affect you. Yes, others can totally affect you. And you have to learn how to block off without blocking out love. You have to learn how to protect yourself from those that don't really have your greatest intention, but let the love that you do have out there come into you. And that's a really weird balance. And so fist bump if you're trying to get it, like I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it out here. I'm trying to be peaceful in this chaotic life. That's what we're trying to do, right? That's a good friend. Oh my gosh, she's the best. Oh, there she is. I love her. True, true. So, you know, it's like this, you know, she carries this beautiful energy and like owns her uniqueness. And so it's like she came into my life to show me like the things that are in me that don't seem like they're great. Like people, that's what people love. Like your uniqueness, what makes you different, your darkness. You know, people really do love on people's darknesses. And it's funny because we are our own block. We are our own judgment, and every single thing is in you. So everything you're seeing and everything that's being reflected back to you in your life, all of that is within you. All of that is within you. I promise you. I go in, I do it. That's how I know it's within you, because I know it's within me, and it's within everyone. But it's my mom. It's really hard. She's a full-blown narcissist. Yeah, I don't even like the word narcissist. Really, you know, I love you. I don't like the word narcissist because that's just a label of something, you know. It's just an imbalance. Like I like to say, it's like an imbalance in your energy field. And so all you have to do is balance out your energy field, and then those tendencies will drop away. It's not narcissism. It's like they are guarded, they're hurt, they're traumatized, so they block off. You know, I guess you could say I used to be a narcissist, and it's not intentional to hurt people. It's to shield and to block from the traumas that they have in their lives. And so I understand what you're saying. I understand what everyone's saying, but the way I see it is just different. It's just an imbalance in the energetic field, and boom, you get that on the right way, and you don't even care. The narcissist doesn't even care anymore to do that, right? But you know, guys, you know what my favorite thing about my best friend is our love. And so that's why I cried today, because you know, you have these heart's desires and the world is crazy, and you could think sometimes like, damn, maybe I shouldn't do this, right? But you have these inspirations. Your soulmates are like these inspirations that come into your life like, don't stop, get it, whenever they know, whenever you would back off. And they're like the only person that would know to like come fire you forward, you know what I mean? And so, you know, having this love and creating this love with my best friend lets me know that even though I'm not at a place in my life with my relationships with men that is good yet, my reflection in my friendship, a friendship like the one that I have with her, lets me know that everything I desire in my heart is real. Like if I could create a friend like that we could talk about everything and encourage one another, and you know, it's somebody that instead of wanting to run from them and not tell them your darkness, you want to run to them and say, damn girl, this is what the fuck I just did. This is what the fuck just went down. This is what I'm feeling inside of me. And to have that person be like, yo, I love you. Like, I love you extra double more. Like, I'm coming over because you're so fucking awesome. And it's just like, that's a feeling. That's unconditional love, guys. And that lets me know that I'm creating that in my life. Because if it's in your friendships, your friendships are part of your relationships. You know, I asked about flirting, and we're going to get into this all. Today I'm only on soulmates. But, you know, you gotta flirt. You gotta flirt, and you gotta be turned on for life. And, you know, you guys get it. I get it, all the fear that has happened. And the fear causes you to not want to flirt, but you have to be turned on for life. You have to be turned on. You know, your sexual energy is your God energy, and there's so much fear, and there's so much hurt and trauma that's passed down for so many generations in that space. And I know, and I give love to that space. That's why I say I love your fucking guts. That's why I love your fucking guts. That's why when I say I love your fucking guts, I mean it, because inside your guts is what needs love. That's the stuff that you don't even realize sometimes that you're carrying with you, and you're stuck in that space, and you're churning in that space, and you're, you know, you don't have that flow, that divine flow through you. That's why I love the body work that I get, because it's just like flowing through me. You know, I felt like I was stuck. I went, I laid down, and now it's just like my source energy is just flowing through me. Like I feel just so grounded in, so in the flow of what is supposed to happen, that you could cry and be okay with that. You could cry because you have such good relationships in your life, and then you could just like kind of move on because you've been through a lot. So when you look back and you're like, man, I fucked up these relationships, but look what I did with this relationship, and we're good, and we're going to keep it moving, right? Because a lot of people get stuck in like the things that they messed up and the doo-doo and everything else, but there are good things. There are things to be thankful for out here. You know, guys, we're not perfect. And, you know, with my best friend, if we fell out for 5 months or a year or something, or went through these things and didn't really see each other or feel each other, right, the moment that she would come back into my life, I would love her just like this or more, right? Depending on where we're at and what we're going through, I would definitely love her just like this or more. And so that's what unconditional love is. Unconditional love isn't like, I'll only love you if you do what I want you to do. I'll only like you if you are going my way. Unconditional love is really like love through it all, like love through the good and the bad, and when you're up and when you're down, and when you feel like you can face the world and you feel like you can't face the world. All of those moments, that's unconditional love. And that's what I want for all of my relationships. That's a really good feeling, to know that someone just really genuinely loves you. So if something's going on, they can just send you love, and knowing that that love gets there and gets to you and to other people. You know, love is free. You can just send love. A lot of people think I'm kidding, but you can just send love. Like, if you see something bad going on, just imagine however you send love. Send love. Send it gold. Send it blue. Send it as a unicorn. Send it as a piece of gold. Send it as a piece of tree. Send it as a whatever you need to send it as. Send it. Send it. When things are going on, when things are affecting your life, when you're seeing sadness and chaos and drama and friction and everything come into your life, send it love. Send love. Send love to it. We can't change things by our words. We can change things by our words. We evoke our lives by our words, but we can't change what other people think with the words, right? So you have to let those other people be those other people. That's what you need to do. That's unconditional love. And, you know, a lot of things been coming up about like submitting and shit today, right? So a lot of that has been going on. It's so funny. It's like you get like, you know, 20 messages, and then this is over here, and you're like, okay, that's definitely in the energy field, right? And so, you know, it's like I'm not going to commit to anything less than what I'm going to put in. You know what I mean? Like, I'm out here and I'm giving out love, and that's my job, and that's what I'm supposed to be doing out here, and I feel good about it, right? And every day is a new day to learn and grow, and every day is a new idea comes, and something else comes in and inspires you and does all this stuff. But you have to commit to nothing less than what you deserve. Like, that's super huge. Like, you have to get it inside of you that, like, you know, you do deserve a good life, and you do deserve peace, and you do deserve quiet, and you do deserve bliss, and you do deserve time to yourself, and you do deserve to have nice things, and you do deserve to go places that inspire you. You deserve all that. And so you don't get that until you commit to yourself. No one can commit to you until you can commit to yourself. You have to commit to yourself. You have to wake up and say, I commit to myself. Like, I got you, girl. I got you, girl. I'm about to do whatever we have to do, whether it's mental, spiritual, physical, put into you. There's so many ways to be out here to put into you. There's so many different things that you could do to put into you. There's no judgment here on how you put into you. Put into you. Make a commitment to yourself. Say, hey, today I'm going to make a commitment to love my fucking self. When I'm feeling bad, I need to figure out a way to commit to myself to make myself feel better. Always think up. Always choose the better feeling thought. Always. When something bad comes in, all right, feel it. Feel it. Feel it all. Okay, I feel that. I honor it. I see where it comes from. I give love to that place in me. And then think the better feeling thought. What feels better? I like to go to the beach. I go to the beach. I got my shoes off. I got my ass in the sand. I got the water coming in. I got the kids running around. I got all that shit happening in my mind. That's where I like to go. Where do you like to go? What do you like to do? So, do you believe in soulmates? I got 62 comments on do you believe in soulmates? And my answer is, fuck yes, I believe in soulmates. Like, I totally believe in soulmates. I believe in every single person that ever crossed your path was your soulmate, was a way for you to, level up as a human being in this spirit world and doing all the things that you're doing. So absolutely. Now, I went and broke down a lot of the comments, and like a lot of people are yearning for their soulmate, okay? Yearning, my friends, is a place, it's not a good vibration inside of the body. It's not a good, you don't want to attract the yearning, right? So you're a magnet. So you're a magnet attracting. So if you're yearning for your soulmate and then you meet this person that's yearning for another to complete them, that's two people yearning for another to complete them. And somehow along in the lines, you're going to have lessons in that, right? So you have to fall in love with yourself so you're not in a place of like yearning, like, and knowing that the relationships you have right now, you can let them turn you on. Your friendships, how you interact with the world around you. How are your days? How are your mornings? How are your afternoons? How do you like your work? How do you do your work, right? So a lot of people were talking about these twin flames, and guys, I'm telling you, man, I believe in twin flames. Like, I believe I'm a twin flame, but I don't think that it has to do with anything that a lot of you guys think it has to do with. A lot of people are out here stuck on these romantic relationships thinking that they're going to fix them. And I'm here to tell everyone that your romantic relationships will not fix you. You must get romantic with your fucking self. You must get romantic with your fucking self. You must love yourself. You must know how to romance yourself. That is how all the romance is going to come into you. You are the flame. You are the attractor. And until you are, you have work to do out here, and it's up to you to figure it out, and you can get caught up over here for a really long time if you want to, and it's up to you to come back to your center. And you have to come back to your center, and you have to live from your heart's desires, and you learn a lot, right? I give you that. We're out here learning a lot on this journey. But the twin flame is only a reflection. It's you. It's you. Love you that way. Like that way that you wish somebody would come in and love you. You have to just love on you that way. You do. You really do. And then reflections will come back to you that are that way. I promise. Some people were talking about leaving people, in the twin flame, in the soulmate thing that I had wrote. And yeah, a lot of your soulmates come and go in your life, right? So, I've had a lot of really fucking great people come and go, and some of them have like come and stayed on the earth plane like they're alive, and some have come and gone from the earth plane because they're dead, right? And so you have all these different categories of all this stuff. So, your soulmates aren't always here for your rest of your life. Just because that person might have got you through something really big and huge, and it might have just been like this teeny tiny moment of your life, and you're like, fuck, man, like that's my soulmate. You know what I mean? Like I feel that person with my soul. And so then somebody brought up soulmates and soul tribes and soul family. And I do believe in that, because there are certain people out here that you're not biologically family to, that you really feel like that's a family to you. You really feel like you play a part in that order of that, right? And so that feels good, and that's like, you start to find your soul family and your soul tribe when you start to do soul work. And soul work doesn't always look like what you think it looks like. And so somebody also wrote on my comments about soulmates romanticizing the soulmate idea. And I do believe that that's where a lot of people fall off, because like, if in any way you're yearning for romance, you need to learn how to romance you that way. So if there's anywhere in your life that you are feeling like you need loved, you need to love yourself there. You need to go there. We're learning to romance ourselves. You know, in loving me, I'm learning to romance me. I'm learning to take me on dates. I'm learning to have a night for me where I clean myself up and do what I need to do and do what I want to do and dance and put my music on. And then you attract that in your life. You attract those same people in your life. You start to meet up with your vibrational matches in this world. You know, they just start coming up. People that you're just vibrationally matched to just start to come up all over the place. The more you do the internal work, and the more you do the internal work, the more those outside reflections just kind of change. And it's a beautiful thing. But in the middle of that beautiful thing, that can feel real, like when people are changing and things are changing and people are changing and things are changing and you're just like, like what am I supposed to be doing here? Just know that everything is happening in the name of love. Happiness comes through you. You know, in order for you to get happiness to you, it has to come through you. You can't be out here in the doo-doo and expecting great things. Now, great things will come to you to show you how to start to work with the energy, to show you how to start to work with the God energy inside of you, right? But it's up to you to get that. And in doing the work, I know it's up to you to do this. Like, I had someone say that they had no soul. It was Pete that I worked with at the barbershop for so long. And it's so funny because he came on my thing and said he had no soul. But in growing up with him in the barbershop, he had so much soul. Like, he was the one with the music on. He was the one that was like dapper. His style was like dapper. Everything was dope. He had so much soul about him. So for him to come on there and say he had no soul lets you know that people's energy can go up and down and people can be all around and give love. And so I just sent love to Pete, because I know that just even being in that mind frame just to say that means that you're just not feeling that great inside. So I love you. Hello, baby. You attract that of which you vibrate. Absolutely. Someone said that. And that's how I totally believe. You attract that of which you vibrate. So each one of your soulmates is a reflection of what you are vibrating at that moment. You're attracting like magnets to the people that you're supposed to be attracted to. And those are your soulmates. Those are, whether it's good or bad, that's what it is. And somebody said maybe, and I think they say maybe because they've seen the bad out here, right? And so a lot of times when you're stuck in like that, I've seen the bad, I know what that looks like, I know what that is, I know, you're holding that vibration of the bad, where to get what you want, you have to think about what you want and think and have faith and hope and everything that those things are possible. And so you attract that what you vibrate. You know, I have a woman on there, you know, I had a lot of people on that commented on my thing that I feel like are my soulmates, right? And you know, there was a bunch of special ones, but like one really, really special one, and it was just like, oh, like this is just like the proof is in the pudding, man. The proof is in the pudding. And somebody else said, you know, not the way they believe in soulmates, but not the way that most people think. And so that's a lot of things that people are getting caught up in this, you know, spirituality is like your connection. And that is supposed to light you on fire. And so if your spirituality is making you feel bad about yourself, then that is, you're not in the lane of spirituality. You're in the lane of fear. And so your spirituality is supposed to fill you up with power. You can't be in a fearful way. We're growing. And so in growing, you want to be inspired. You want to be around the inspiration. Like, what are you feeling like you want to do? You want to look at that. You want to be around that. You want to be in that. have ambition. You want to find it. You know, competition came up, and it's funny because I think that a little competition is good. I love competition. I love, like, you know, certain things. Like, all right, we still got time. I love competition, but are you flexible in the competition? Can you win and lose? Can you know, I love competition. It keeps me going, but I don't like hate the winner if I don't win. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like in the middle of it. I can't wait to the next game. I can't wait to the next time, right? It's all on how you take that. But when you're aligned, you just like flow. You just flow in alignment. And it's the best feeling ever. You know, the energy, the life force energy from the earth, the energy from the heavens, all of it is just running through me. And when I get network, I feel where I was holding things. So like different things will come up to get you in your emotions, and then you're in your emotions, and then you hold your emotions, and then your body falls into a pattern from those emotions, right? And then things start hurting. But that's what I love about network, is that it gets it all moving and all pushed out of my physical body. And so then I feel free from it, literally, right? But when you go and get network, like, I feel like I have a indomitable strength, impossible to subdue or defeat. Like, I feel like you cannot beat me. Like, nobody, you know, I know that there are people out here that have ill intentions because they don't feel the love energy that runs through them. And I know that a lot of empaths will get into like this victim mode where it's just like, you know, I'm carrying all this energy comes up on me. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? And then, but the whole thing is like, you have to get past being the victim. You have to get past like, oh, that was supposed to happen to me or whatever. And you have to get this strength that nobody can beat, that you can't blame someone else. You can't focus on what everybody else has going on. You have to focus on you. You have to do you. It's you and you on your planet. And your hard times are your tools. So the things that happen to you that hurt you, they're tools for you. And you're learning how to use them. And so sometimes when you first pick up the tool and you first go to use it, you don't use it right. And sometimes the second time and the third time. But then you're learning how to use it. And the more you learn how to trust yourself, the more you know how to use these tools. The only obstacle, really, like, I know you have hard times, but the only obstacle is to learn how to take that hard time, feel that hard time, accept that hard time, let go of that hard time so you can recreate that hard time. That's what you have to do. And that's work. That takes mental work. That takes feelings work. You have to put that shit down. You have to go through that shit. You have to release it from your body. You have to feel all of that stuff and come out to a new place. Some work. But, you know, the message today was never undervalue your feminine energy within yourself. And so, you know, that's what a lot of this has to do, is like the devaluing of the feminine and the devaluing of the masculine within self. So, you know, anywhere that you're seeing that in your life, that is within yourself, right? So if you're out here and you're watching the news and any kind of, you know, demasculization, any kind of man, woman, anything, that's all within you. And, you know, this strength that I feel is like, anything that comes in my way will be moved. Like, I don't have to worry about that shit. Mm-hmm. I love you, Marquis. I love you. So, yeah, guys, never undervalue the feminine energy that's running within you. You know, get in touch with the feminine side of you. Love on yourself when you feel that way. You know, it's good to have feelings, and it's good to have, you know, emotions, and it's good to speak your truth. It's good not to hold everything in and just think you have to be so tough all the time. But you have to know that in your spirit, anything that comes and tries to like get in your way, that those things will be moved, and that you don't have to worry about that. You can just keep loving over here and just know that everything that's not for you would just be moved. Hello, love. You don't need to look for them in your life, the hard times, because the hard times just come. The hard times just come right to your life. You know, they just come right in, and you're like, sometimes, what the fuck? I'm not really even sure. You know, focus on the feeling of what your heart wants as an outcome. So, you know, what are some simple wants that you could have in your heart right now as an outcome? Peace, joy, happiness, bliss, freedom. You know, feel the essence of those things in your heart. And no matter what you have to do to get there, just know that the outcome is going to be that feeling of peace and love and bliss and joy. Expect the impossible in that space, right? So you have to have hope that in the doo-doo, that eventually you'll be able to feel peace, happiness, joy, and bliss. Because it feels impossible from the doo-doo. So when you're sitting in the doo-doo and you've got chaos all around you and you've got all this shit going on and you don't know how you're going to pay the bills and you don't know, you know, what's going on, and they're talking about you over here and this is going down up here and this is getting a little heavy to carry and this is getting a little overwhelming, right? You have to expect the impossible from that place. You have to be in that place and just know that everything is going to work out. That you are going to come up on peace, happiness, joy, bliss, abundance. Yes, Marquis. You're not going to know how it works out. So trying to mentally plan something, you can't. You have to write down simple things and feel the essence of them. It's the essence. We're feeling, so that's why my vibrational alignment coaching is so dope, because it's teaching people to feel inside themselves, and like, it's doing things I never even expected. So I would be so thankful for the universe and how it runs through me sometimes, guys. You know, you have to know that it's going to work out, and you have to know that it's going to work out beautifully, like better than you planned it. Like, you held this essence in your heart and it ended up being prettier than what you even had in there at the moment, because you were just settling, but you did so good that it was like extra, right? So you have to have extraordinary vision at this time. Like, this is what's going on. And whenever you have extraordinary visions, that requires universal support. So it's like knowing that you are a co-creator with the universe at all times. It's up to you. So if you want to be cut off from that, okay, be cut off from it. I like to be turned on by it. I like it to rip through me. I like to be turned on for my life. I like to be turned on. And that is, it's funny because, you know, the universal support, that's the feminine power, and being turned on with the feminine support, that's the union within you, right? So like being able to be turned on and trust that you're creating. And so, you know, by your sexual energy, you can create the life of your dreams. Thank you for everything, sweetheart. I love you. You know, we're resolving things. We're starting to have more faith in our heart's desires. We're starting to a little bit feel the essences and see how things are shifting in your life to move you towards the essence of that thing. I know you're seeing those things, and sometimes when you're in that thing, it seems like a bad thing, but it's not, because it's getting you out of that space and into this one that's like where you're supposed to be. And that can be a hard place. I know it could feel forceful. You could be at a place where you're ready for leadership. You could be in a place where there's harassment going on, blah, 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 about this, that, and the other, and all kind of chaos. It's all in the vibration in you. It's all in who you attract, is all in the vibration of you. What you attract is all in the vibration of you. All of my comments are all a vibration of me. Every one of my friends are all, you know, a vibrational match to me. Every single thing in my life is a vibrational match. That's how everything works. In your feminine power, you can have a confidence in universal support. And so if you don't fall in love with your feminine side, your softer side, then you're not going to really be able to experience this God power, because it's your masculine and your feminine energy merging into one. And if you don't have confidence in a support system that's bigger than you, then you're trapped in a fear mentality. and I send you love. But from your feminine power, you can summon universal consciousness. Like you can, it works for you. All of this works for you. Everything works for you. You just have to train yourself to come out of your fears, to face your fears, feel your fears, honor your fears, and come out of your fears and live in this freedom. That's why I love my best friend. She helped me so much. She doesn't even know, right now for a lot of people, I'm getting a lot of messages about gossip coming in. There's gossip coming in. It's up to you what you want to deal with or not. When I have some gossip come in, it's up to me whether I want to get in it or don't get in it. Some of it I do, some of it I don't. Sometimes I totally do, sometimes I totally don't. It's up to you. But me, I say stay in your own lane. Love on yourself. Don't even worry about the gossip that's coming in. If it's not about love, I just leave it alone now. I have been following my internal knowing, but I also know that the polarity of the internal knowing is an internal doubt. And so either you're in internal knowing or you're in internal doubt. That's what's happening. That's the polarity of it. That's where you're at. So either you're here, or you're kind of in the middle, and that's kind of stuck too. Sometimes if you don't have the energy ripping through you, I love you guys. You got to breathe. You have the power of choice in every moment. And so if you made a wrong choice before and you're ready to make a new choice that's a little bit different and it's right, then make it. And that's what you do. And not everybody's going to like that you change that choice. Not everyone's going to like that you change that thing. It doesn't matter. It's all about you and you on your planet. You have to have certainty in your choices. So when you're out here making choices, you have to be the one that's certain in your choices. You have to be the one that's like, yes, I got this. I don't worry one bit. That's so much easier said than done. I could say that I don't worry one bit all the time, but that would be a lie because I do catch myself worrying sometimes. I catch myself worrying about how things should be or could be, or am I doing it right? And, should I be doing this different or that different? But it's about learning. It's about the power of choice to be certain or be uncertain, to make sure you feel certain, or to just be walking out making these moves from an uncertain spot, right? It's about being grounded, knowing what and who you stand for. What do you stand for? Who do you stand for? What do you want with your heart? What do you want to see with your heart? So soulmates are everything. Soulmates are bringing you to the love in your life, I believe. And so whether your soulmate comes in and it's friction or it's harmonious, that's a soulmate. About gossip used to, but now everything's changed. Yeah, it was just a message that came up, from spirit. So, soulmates are love and friendships, companionships. These are relationships that foster your personal growth. And so, soulmates, I know when people have been hurt in relationships where somebody had said that they were like someone's soulmate or something like that, because, you guys gave it to me. And a lot of people's fears came out on my questions. And that's what I was hoping for. I was really hoping for fears to come out because when they come out, they're exposed. Right? And so, I love people's fears because, when I see them come out of that fear, like, okay, that wasn't really as bad as I was holding it on to be. That's the moment I love in this life. There's no way around these experiences that we go through, but one of the things that you can do is allow yourself to push through the emotional part of the experience and take the lessons from there, being negative and positive, and grow into a greater version of yourself. Of course. Yes, all to that. Love you. Growth doesn't happen overnight, but continue to push through. Absolutely. We're clearing our minds, so we can feel. We're clearing out these old, ancestral programmings in our minds. So, either you're in love or you're in fear. And so anything that's not in love, we're clearing that out. So ground in, feel in, ground in and feel in, ground in. Yeah, 444 here too. Word up. I love the 444. And you don't even plan this shit. That's how you know that you're just in alignment. Like, I love the 444. I'm just in alignment. I didn't even plan it. You got to cut through your own issues. So when you go in and you sit in and you meditate on these feelings and these root structures and everything, you have to go in and you have to feel all that. No one can go in and feel that for you. You have to. And then you have to cut out those issues. Like, whatever that issue is, you have to cut it out and fill that space with unconditional love and be open for what comes to you in that space, because another lesson's going to come when you cut something old out, something new comes back in. So, you know, going into your root helps you come up with logical solutions to the things that are going on. So like, there are logical solutions to the things that are going on in your life. It's just like up to you to pick that. A lot of people right now are imprisoned by old belief systems, and you need to look deep. And that seems silly sometimes, but it's real. So a lot of people don't notice that they're running off old vibrational frequency patterns. Like, without any words, people learn through vibrational frequency all the time. Your energetic body learns through vibrational frequency. And that's a lot of the patterns. And those patterns scrunch up due to the emotions, right? And this is what I was talking about. And so, you know, whenever things are coming up, like you have been doing the work, but things are still coming up, that's because this work is deep. And sometimes you did some work, but you left some work undone. And so it needs to come back up. And that is what's going on right now. Stop comparing people. Do your thing. Own it and not worry about them who is not happy with your life choices. It's all a lesson. Yes, girl. Get it. So if this work is coming up, it's just because it's things that you haven't done yet. So you just have to get it. You know, you have to go in. You have to look deep. A lot of people are delayed because they're fearing the completion of something, right? And so it's like, if this ends, then where am I going to go next, right? So the completion of it makes them really fucking nervous, to the point where they won't complete it. They'll fear to complete it. So they'll hold back and they'll just keep on, keeping on, keeping on. And you can do that for a lifetime. There are people that do that for a lifetime, and I just send them love. You know, they'll let you know that they're unhappy. They'll keep telling you about the negative vibration that you're in, and you just send them love. There's nothing you can do. If somebody is fearing delaying the completion, there is nothing that you can do about it. I love you. But all we're doing is relating. Oh, that was somebody I love. I have to call it back. We're relating to old issues in new ways. And so, you know, we're coming up with different outcomes. Like, different outcomes can happen right now. You know, we've been doing a lot of work. Deep work, looking in. And I know a lot of people have been doing a lot of deep work. And I give you so much love. You know, I know a lot of people are imprisoned by their own thoughts. Hi, Graham. Hi, Tiffany. I love you guys. Old belief systems are not helping you. You need to get into your heart's desires about your belief systems. And that's super fucking deep. It has everything to do with your money, your sex, your house, your love, your plants, your everything, right? But what is important is thinking certain of your future, not uncertain. So if you're feeling uncertain about your future, you need to go in and you need to work with yourself. You need to feel certain about the desires in your heart. You need to know what you want in your heart. A lot of people are dreading starting over. Like, a lot of people are messaging me like, fuck, man, like, all this time of this or this, and I just do not want to start over. Like, this feels impossible. And I send you so much love. I totally get it. Whenever I had to start over, it was like a quick, and I didn't even really get time to think about it. So I know that having time to think about it would really, like, you know, irk one's nerves or something. It's kind of better for it's like quick, like the Band-Aid, you know? I don't know. That's how I feel. We're challenging old ideas right now. So people are coming in to challenge the old ideas that you changed into new ideas, and you're like, kind of haven't got to act them out yet. So like, these people that are about to come in your life, these soulmates that are about to come into your life, are about to kind of challenge your ideas, right? But that's just, you know, to see the patterns from your family, see the vibrational family patterns, to source those patterns, to clear those patterns. And so a lot of our minds are preventing the movement of the joy, right? So in our minds, we're thinking all of these things about our belief systems, and it's preventing the joy in your life. You're thinking about all these things gone bad, that when you see me and always think up, you're like, how the fuck is this bitch so happy all the time? You know, and it's not because my 3D world is perfect and not chaotic. It's because when I tune into source, I'm like, whatever is whatever. That's falling apart over there. This is super fucking fresh right there. That song just made me cry. Oh my God, I love her so much. I love to be a flirt. I'm never about to change. I'm never about to submit. You can't tell me shit. I love you. I love you. It's dark, it's light, it's good, it's bad, it's sexy, it's ugly. There's all of that shit in this shit. Like, it's all in this shit. There's a lot of drama. People are messaging me about drama, feeling stagnant, dilemmas going on in their lives, inner turmoil, things, how their body feels in the turmoil, blaming other people. I'm seeing that a lot. Different judgments are really coming up. I see it. Consequences. People are starting to realize, like, whoa, like, there's some major consequences to the actions that I take, to the choices that I make in this life. I give you love. We all are facing our consequences for the actions that we made in our lives. And I feel it on a cellular level, but you have to feel it in you. You can't just like watch my videos and be like, oh, she feels free from that. You need to free yourself from that by sitting in with yours and loving on yours and feeling it with love. So you really don't get run by your emotions in that. Like, you turn that around, you use that for the sword to cut out all the bad shit that you need in your life. I love you. A lot of people feel trapped in themselves. And so I do a lot of soul work, and I work with a lot of souls. And, I learned that I have to ask the soul, and I learned how all these things have worked with the soul. And a lot of souls feel trapped in the human, right? Like, a lot of humans are living from the vibration of fear, but the soul is vibrating at joy, happiness, and peace. But when your human is vibrating at a low level, then it's really hard to click into that high level vibration of joy, happiness, and peace. And so that's the resistance and the fight that you see. A lot of people are trapped in their selves, and so send love to you. Like, if you're in a place and you feel that energy, I want you to send love to you in that space to see how powerful you are. Somebody commented on one of my posts that, only God can do this or that, and you are God. You're the one. So if you're sitting there thinking negative about it, and you're sitting there thinking God's going to do something about it, that's not what it is. The job in this is to think that it's going to happen, therefore to make that happen in your life. And you're sitting there waiting on God, and you're feeling like it's never going to fucking happen. So you're going to say that you're a spiritual person, and you're waiting for God to make it happen. And that's not how it happens. And that's not how spirituality works. And that's where people get fucked up. Spirituality is you inside of you. Spirituality is the power that you feel inside of you, and using that to make good choices and to spread unconditional love and to help people lift their vibrations or feel better in the middle of releasing something in their vibrations. There's a lot of people trapped in their selves. Give love. Can you see the true you? If you feel like you don't have enough strength to start over, you need to really look inside to the power in you. Hello, beautiful. I love the laws of attraction. I love the laws of alignment. I love bringing my dreams to life. I love that I changed the way I think, and it changed my life, my friendships, my unconditional love in my life. How I can unconditionally love people that hurt me really, really bad and mean it with all my heart. That takes a lot of work. I believe in abundance. I believe in financial gains. So what does that bring up for you? That's another question that I asked. A lot of people are having a lot of trouble in this money space, and I totally get it. Your money space is directly connected with your sex space. So the more you get connected with your sex space, the more you're going to get connected with your money space. I guarantee it, man. That's how it works. There's power in your sexual energy. There's power in how you use that. There's power in what you deal with and the boundaries you put up and the things that you do for yourself. I'm telling you, man. I love to think about good fortune, you know, things just coming into you because of who you are, living in your authentic self, giving you that boost to help people in ways you wouldn't have been able to help, having that essence in your heart that you're just going to have all this to be able to do all that and be great feeling that, have all you need. And I love you. I love you. I love you. You know, you want good fortune. You want good things. I know you do. I know you want good things. You have to say good things. You have to think good things. You have to feel good things. If you want to get good things, you have to do the work. You have to evoke good things in your life. You have to speak good things onto your life. You have to recognize when you fall in fear and how to get yourself back into the vibration of love. I love you. I love you. People have a deep grief going on, and I feel you. Create from that sex space in a sacred way. Yes. Absolutely. You know, a lot of people lost faith in what they once knew. And so their values are changing and their energy is changing and their life choices are changing and their allies are changing and certain ones are all gone. And it's really scary and it feels like, right? But, you know, if you're in pain, be still. Be still, feel the pain, take salt baths, put some baking soda in that bitch, drink extra water, make some chicken noodle soup, put a bunch of love into your chicken noodle soup, like just talk. You know, you have to fall in love with yourself if you're feeling grief. Emotional devastation is deep. Emotional devastation will take a lot of your energy out of you, love you more. That's why I get network. You know, I was emotionally going through a lot of shit and I go get network and it just like gets it all out, and then I come home and I get salt baths and I drink a lot of water and I stretch my body out and I have fun with my daughter and I vibe up like a kid and I do the things that put me in the state of love, that put me in the feeling of love, right? You know, the way that your emotional life works is like an indicator of how deep that you love. So okay, so someone hurt you in your emotions, right? And you're all down and out and rah, hey sis. Instead of being like, damn, I shouldn't have emotions, like know that your emotions are an indicator of you, that you are a vessel of unconditional love. Like, yeah, you feel things, but that doesn't mean that other person has to respond to it. You just have to learn how to feel and honor it. We can't control other people and how they respond and how they forgive and how they let go. All we can do is do that inside of ourselves. And I'm telling you, the more that you do that inside yourself, the more your reflections let go of the things that you guys had, right? You have to validate your losses. That's the good shit. Your losses are a rite to passage for your personal power. So right through your loss is personal power. It's like this little gemstone at the end of it, but you guys don't see that part and you don't want to take the L. So you don't get to see that gem at the end of taking the L. See, I take the L. That's, you know, I've always been the one to be like, you know what? I got to learn a lesson from this. I got to learn something about this. Maybe that was my fault. You know, I take it. I validate my losses. And, you know, I say, you know, I lost that shit. There's been a lot of great things in my life that I have lost. And you have to get yourself to a place where you're like, okay, like that's lost. And now I have to move on. And now I have to vibe up from that. Now I have to find my self-love. Now I have to learn how to romance myself again. Now I have to learn how to get myself excited for this or that. Now I have to learn how to turn myself on in this life. It has to be you that turns yourself on. Yeah. You know, our soulmates are going to come and teach us how to turn ourselves on, right? Your soulmates come in to teach you how to turn on for life. You need to be turned on for life in a really healthy way, in a really balanced way, in a really, you know, where you know that sex is good, you know, and this is what you use it for, and all of those things. You want to be turned on in your sex. So what happens is a lot of people will get turned on in their sex, and then they'll feel all kind of dark feelings. But the bag of dark chocolate, there's Olivia's message inside. I love those messages. You know, when I lost things in my life, I just had to know, hello, love, that I'm going to get me some new ones. I'm going to get me some better ones. You know, whatever I've learned I've learned and grew from my L's for sure. Yeah, Marquis, I fucking love you, man. It's in the L's where we get it, right? need to embrace our authentic emotions. And so, you know, I really had an authentic emotion come up today, and it was funny. It was actually funny. But when it comes across in text, like, you don't know. And so I used to work at this job, and it was like when people, you know, started being very gothic. And some guy I was working with did this thing, and he was like, I'm so goth, I'm dead, right? And so it was like this fun thing that me and my sisters used to talk about all the time. And so I was just like, I went to my wizard, and I was just like, had my vibrations on. I'm just feeling all kind of things. And I was like, you know, people are going around here like, I'm so spiritual, I'm dead. You know what I mean? Like, there's all these rules, and there's all these things you're supposed to do, and there's all these judgments, and there's all these ways, and there's all this and that, and are you this and that, and what sector are you, and what crossroads are you, and what north and south are you, and whatever. You know, that's like that I'm so spiritual, I'm dead shit. And I don't know, man, because, like, I'm a fucking live with this shit. And I don't judge it. And I don't put it in a box. And I don't try to name it. And, you know, I don't try. I love to see people working through it. I love to see people, you know that they're taking L's and celebrating their L's. You have to be comfortable in you, and your soulmate will watch you. Absolutely. You know, and there's a lot of people playing victim and playing pussy. You know, it's like you guys are like, you know, like, poor me, like, I can't get up, and I can't get out, and I can't do this, and so-and-so's holding me back, and this is holding me back. You know, I don't know what you want me to do with that shit. I love you guys, man, but, you know, you have to feel your authentic emotions, because that's like your power. Your authentic emotions and your feelings and the places that you come from, you know, all of that means something in the all. And so a lot of people are feeling that, like, the world is against them, and that's a shitty feeling. And I know, I had a lot of times where I felt like the world was against me, and like certain people were against me, and certain things were against me, and certain things weren't for me. And I felt like beat up. Like, I don't know. I prayed for it. It came. It didn't. I don't know what I was supposed to be or think or whatever. But, you know, what I needed to learn is to self-soothe, to be able to learn how to soothe myself when my emotions get riled up. So it's not that my emotions don't get riled up sometimes. When my emotions get riled up, in self-love, I'm learning how to self-soothe. I'm learning how to take care of myself in that space and not have that codependent feeling of like, come help me, nourish myself. And then I just attract the people that just want to nourish me in that space. And I didn't even have to tell them that I was in that space. So, you know, if you're feeling shitty, you are neglecting yourself. And so you need to go in and you need to see where you can pay attention to yourself and where you can get on in that. If you're emotionally burnt out, I want you guys to rest. You know, there's a lot of people feeling the grief energy, defeat energy, despair energy, devastation energy, incarceration, you know, trapped in energy, insomnia energy. And I love you. And I know that those are really hard energies to feel, but you have to just ground into the planet and just breathe in. Take salt baths, put your feet on the ground, barefoot, you know, that helps so much. I do a meditation that I wanted to share with you guys today, and it's a little bit weird, and I don't know, you know, who's going to do it or not, but it really helps me a lot. You know, when things come into me and they make me feel emotional and I'm having a hard time, I just did it before I came on. I heard this song and I got really emotional, like, damn, you know, I should have been able to do that better. I wish I was able to do that better. Like, that felt so right, but it all fell off. Like, I just wish I could have done that better. And so before I came on here, I did a meditation, and I invited a lost loved one in with me on my meditation. And so my lost loved one, you know, was in with me, and there was like this path, and I got to make the path however I wanted, with flowers and meadows and everything all around. And you just walk together and you allow that love that you felt, that you know, that love feeling that you know the essence of it. You can close your eyes and you can feel the essence of that person. And you walk with that person and you allow that love to just cover you and cover you and cover you. And you breathe and you walk with that person and you communicate how you can with that person. And you breathe that all in until you feel great. And then you'll know when you're ready to love again. You'll know when you're ready to love again. You know, everybody has all these things on when you're supposed to love, and if you're supposed to flirt, and if you're supposed to work, and if you're supposed to sit, and if you're supposed to, you know, have feelings or not have feelings, or eat meat or don't eat meat. Everybody has all these things that are going on, but It's in the unseen where the work goes down. It's in the unseen. In your mind is in the unseen. You know, this is getting control over this mind space, learning how to train your brain. That's what I did. That's what I did for myself. That's what I teach, and that's what I do. I teach people to retrain their brains however I do it, whether it's during a haircut, during a healing session, during a, you know, chance interaction, anytime I'm trying to teach the brain how to reprogram itself. You can retrain your brain to always think up. You can retrain your brain to manifest good from the doo-doo. I know it. So, you know, you gotta be prepared. You gotta live in, like, you're gotta get prepared for your heart's desires to come in. And so whether that be to clean out stuff in your, you know, physical or your mental or your spiritual or, you know, whatever, clear out to make room for new stuff to come in if you want new stuff to come in, because things are coming in. It's just how ready are you to receive them? How is your vibration set up? What kind of magnet are you attracting to you that's mimicking your internal vibration? You have to prepare for the things you desire in your heart. You really do. So, you know, if you're living in a way that goes against what your heart desires, you're not doing it right, for sure. That's beautiful, Sarah. Wow, I love you. Yes, definitely. I love you. I love you. I love you. You know, we're feeling the shifts and we're uncertain where we're going and we're staying flexible, and I love you. And it's hard out here on a pimp, and I don't have very much time. So I'm just going to pick like an overall card. I have cheering practice. I have control of the vibration I offer. Isn't that wild? Once you begin to believe or expect good feeling things to come, you're in a vortex. And once you get there, now you're a cooperative component. Now you get to rendezvous with all the good stuff that you have put there. And you can train yourself there. You can do it in a day. You have control of everything that rendezvous with you when you get control of the vibration that you offer. And you get control of the vibration that you offer when you care about how you feel. Woo! Shit! Maybe we'll do one more. That was good. Wow. Feeling negative emotions means I'm launching requests. As more people observe hardship and strike a tense resistance pose and therefore disallow their own well-being, others use them as their reason to do the same. And in a very short time, a very negative pattern of resistance can sweep through your population. The good news in this scenario is that in every moment that every person is feeling negative emotion about the economic state, vibrational requests for more abundance are launched. And those requests are heard clearly and responded to immediately by source. And so just know that with everything that is negative going on out here, it is, you know, fueling up that abundance so much more. So I know how it feels to give up hope when you see all this crazy, but just know that it's stirring up more abundance and more opportunities, right? Steve, pick some angel cards. Yeah, Bonnie. Speak it, girl. Pray. You know, it's funny, we're in the crown chakra. Pray, you know, you pray, but I evoke in my prayer. So, you know, it's not like a wishing place. It's like a knowing place. Like, you know, evoking is like using the power in you to know that your words will be. Share your wisdom with others, right? So if you're feeling stuck in your life right now and you have some kind of really cool wisdom or really cool natural recipe or natural thing that you do, or, you know, whatever your creativity is and your passion, whatever fires you up, share that shit with somebody else or helps. 509. That's my old address. Mother Mary. Oh my God, I love her. I love her. She's just unconditional love, playing like a child, being around the kids. You know, ask her to come down and wrap herself around you if you're feeling, you know, off in the chaos with all this shit that's going on. Self-reflect and talk to yourself. talk to yourself and evoke these things into your life. Look into the mirror. She's looking into the mirror and she's evoking these things into her life that she wants to have in her life. So peace and bliss and grace and joy and happiness and peace and, you know, to feel beautiful and feel helped and feel seen and feel loved and feel cherished and adored and, you know, all of those beautiful things that you can do as you evoke divine purpose. I believe everyone has a divine purpose. I do. I can see everyone's souls, but I know it's up to them. I love you guys because we're all connected. I love what you do out here. You know, people think I only like good people, you know. I love whenever somebody can show you their darkness and just smile at you. That shit's sexy. It really is, you know. That's where it's at, you know. The darkness of us is what turns us on for other people. I'm telling you, look at it. Look at it. You know, when you look at somebody and you're like, wow, man, like the obstacles that you've been through and the way that you did that yourself and the way you honor yourself and you love yourself, you know, those are reflections of you. I love you. I love you all. I'm a large child that's nice. I still play. I play all the time. I'm going to play right now. I love you guys because we're all connected. You know, I love this journey. I love what it does. I love who I'm becoming. I love who I'm meeting. I love, you know, how it's going. You know, I don't have an exact plan. I'm running off the essence of my heart. I'm not always good at the game. Sometimes I fall off. Cry. Get worried. Get in my fears. I know I love you guys because we're all connected. Fuck, I love you. I love you. I pump anyone with love. Know if I see you going through anything or if I see anything going on, I love you. We love you, Sarah. Thank you, honey. I love you. I love you. I love that as well. I love you. You know, may everybody experience the, you know, the connection with their soul, you know, being in a place of joy, happiness, and peace. I hope everyone that watches this can feel that, you know, finding that peace, finding that freedom, finding that flow inside of you that is just like fire. You know, spirituality isn't dull. Spirituality is like, yes. Spirituality, you know, is turned on. You can't be turned off and be spiritual. You just can't. You have to be turned on. Those are the only spiritual people to me. So however anybody labels it, if you're not turned on, you're not spiritual. It's all a part of it. Oh yeah, you're great. I love you. I love you. One love.